How dividends slowly buy back your life. You wake up one morning and your phone lights up. Not from your boss, not from a client, not from someone asking you to do something, just one quiet notification. Dividend payment received $37.42. That is it. Not life changing money, not enough to quit your job, not enough to brag about. But for some reason, you keep staring at it because this money arrived while you were asleep. You did not answer an email for it. You did not sit in traffic for it. You did not pretend to care in a meeting for it. You owned something, and that something paid you. For the first time, you understand the difference between working for money and having money work for you. Most people hear the word dividends and imagine old people, boring stocks, and tiny payments that do not matter. And in the beginning, they are right. Dividends are tiny, almost laughably tiny, but that is what makes them powerful. Because the first dividend does not change your life, it changes your belief. It proves that money can come from ownership, not just labor. And once you understand that, you start seeing every dollar differently. The first stage, $10,000 invested. You start with $10,000. Maybe you're 27, maybe 32, maybe older. It does not matter. The number is not huge. It is just the money you manage to save by doing a few boring things. Keeping the old phone, driving the old car, cooking more meals at home, skipping a few purchases that would have felt good for 3 days and disappeared from memory in 3 weeks. Most people would look at $10,000 and think, that is not enough to change anything. And they are right. It will not change everything, but it can change the direction. You put it into a broad dividend ETF or a diversified portfolio of dividend paying companies. Something boring, something steady, something nobody at lunch wants to hear about. Assume it pays around 4% a year. That is about $400 per year, around $33 per month. Small money, almost insulting money, but that $33 might pay for your phone bill, or your internet, or a few subscriptions. And here is what matters. For the first time, a tiny part of your life is being paid for by assets instead of hours. Most people laugh at this stage. They say $33 a month? That is nothing. And that is exactly why most people never build anything. They disrespect the beginning because it is small. But every powerful financial system starts as something unimpressive. The first dividend is not about the amount. It is about proof. Proof that ownership works. The second stage, $50,000 invested a few years pass. You keep investing, not perfectly, not dramatically, but consistently. You add money when you get paid, you reinvest the dividends. You do not cash them out. You do not use them for shopping. You let them buy more shares. Then, one day, your account crosses $50,000. At a 4% yield, that is about $2,000 per year, around $166 per month. Still not freedom. But now it is not invisible anymore. That could cover your electricity, your phone, your internet, maybe your car insurance. One or two bills in your life are no longer paid by your labor. They are paid by your portfolio. And something strange happens psychologically. You start looking at bills differently. Before, every bill felt like money leaving you. Now some bills feel like your investments are showing up on your behalf. You still work. You still need your job. You still have responsibilities. But a small part of your life has been separated from your paycheck. That matters because financial freedom does not arrive all at once. It arrives bill by bill. First, your phone bill, then your utilities, then your groceries, then your car costs, then your rent, eventually your entire life. But only if you stay patient long enough to let the ladder build. The trap, chasing high yield. This is the stage where many people make their first big mistake. They look at their $50,000 portfolio paying $2,000 a year and think, what if I could make it pay more? Then someone shows them a stock yielding 10%, or 12%, or 15%. Suddenly, 4% looks boring. The math feels tempting. At 4%, $50,000 pays $2,000 a year. At 12%, it pays $6,000 a year. Same money, triple the income. It looks like a shortcut, but most shortcuts in investing are just risks wearing better clothes. A high dividend yield can be a warning sign. Sometimes the yield is high because the stock price has collapsed. Sometimes the company is paying more than it can afford. Sometimes the dividend is about to be cut. And when that happens, you do not just lose income. You may lose principal. This is the dividend trap. The income looks attractive, but the asset underneath is weak. A safe 4% that lasts for decades is usually better than a flashy 12% that disappears after one bad year. The goal is not to get the biggest dividend today. The goal is to build income that can survive tomorrow. Boring is not the enemy. In dividend investing, boring is often the moat. The third stage, $100,000 invested. Then you reach $100,000. For many people, this is the first number that feels real. Six figures at 4%, that is around $4,000 per year, about $333 per month. Now your portfolio may be paying for your groceries, or your utilities and insurance combined, or a large part of your transportation costs. You walk through the grocery store and realize something. The eggs, the coffee, the rice, the chicken, the fruit, some of this is no longer being paid for by your time. It is being paid for by the money you refused to spend years ago. That is when delayed gratification finally stops sounding like a motivational phrase. It becomes food in your cart. It becomes a bill you did not have to worry about. It becomes space in your mind. And this is also where you start to understand why most people never get here. Not because they could not, but because they kept interrupting the process. They sold when the market dropped. They cashed out dividends too early. They upgraded their lifestyle every time their income rose. They kept choosing short-term comfort over long-term ownership. The first $100,000 is not just money. It is evidence. Evidence that you can keep promises to yourself. The fourth stage, $250,000 invested. At $250,000, the numbers become harder to ignore. At 4%, your portfolio pays around $10,000 per year. That is about $833 per month. Now you are not just covering small bills. You may be covering your car expenses, insurance, gas, repairs, maybe part of your rent, maybe most of your basic food and utilities. And this is where life begins to feel different. Not because you are rich, but because you are less fragile. Your boss asks you to stay late. You still might say yes. But the yes feels different. It is not panic. It is not fear. It is a choice. That is what investments really buy. Not luxury, not status, choice. Most people think wealth means being able to buy anything. But real wealth starts when you no longer have to say yes to everything. At $250,000, you're not free yet. But you're no longer standing at the edge of every emergency. The floor under your life is stronger. The fifth stage, $500,000 invested. Then comes $500,000. $500,000 invested. At 4%, that pays about $20,000 per year, around $1,666 per month. Now we are talking about serious money. This could cover rent in many places, or a mortgage payment, or nearly all basic living expenses for someone with a simple lifestyle. This is the stage where the emotional change becomes bigger than the mathematical one. You realize you could survive a job loss longer than most people. You realize a bad manager has less power over you. You realize a recession would be painful, but not instantly catastrophic. You realize you are no longer completely dependent on one paycheck. And that changes how you carry yourself. Not loudly, not arrogantly, quietly. You become calmer in meetings. You become less desperate in negotiations. You stop chasing approval from people who can only control you if you have no options. $500,000 does not necessarily make you financially free, but it gives you one of the most expensive words in the world: no. No to unpaid overtime. No to toxic opportunities. No to panic decisions. No to staying only because you have no cushion. That is the first taste of freedom. The sixth stage: $1 million invested. Then one day the number becomes seven figures. $1 million invested. At 4%, that is around $40,000 per year, about $3,333 per month. For some people, that is not enough. For others, that covers most of life. It depends on where you live, how much you spend, whether you have debt, and how simple your lifestyle is. But one thing is clear: your portfolio is now producing the equivalent of a full-time salary, not a luxury salary, not a rich person's salary, but a real income. And unlike a paycheck, this income does not ask you to wake up at 6:30. It does not ask you to commute. It does not ask you to attend meetings. It does not ask you to impress anyone. It simply arrives because of what you own. That is when you understand something most people never feel. You did not just build money. You built another version of yourself, one that works quietly in the background, one that keeps earning when you are tired, one that does not get sick, one that does not ask for vacation, one that does not care about office politics. That is the hidden power of investing. You're not only buying assets, you're buying a second worker, and eventually, that worker may earn enough to replace the first one. The final stage: freedom is not a number. But here's the most important part: the number is not the real goal. Some people need $2 million. Some need $1 million. Some need less because they live simply. Some need more because their lifestyle is expensive. The question is not, what number makes me look rich? The question is, how much income do I need to feel free? If your life costs $30,000 a year, then $750,000 invested at 4% may cover it. If your life costs $60,000 a year, then you may need $1.5 million. If your life costs $100,000 a year, then the number gets much bigger. This is why spending matters so much. Every permanent expense raises your freedom number. A bigger house raises it. A car payment raises it. Subscriptions raise it. Debt raises it. Lifestyle inflation raises it. The more your life costs, the more money you need invested before you can walk away. So, dividend freedom is not only about investing more, it is also about needing less. The person who needs $40,000 a year can reach freedom much faster than the person who needs $100,000. That is why simplicity is not just a lifestyle choice, it is a financial accelerator. Closing. So, how much do you need invested to live off dividends? The simple answer is take your annual expenses and divide by your expected dividend yield. If you need $40,000 a year and your portfolio yields 4%, you need about $1 million invested. If you need $60,000 a year, you need about $1.5 million. If you need $80,000 a year, you need about $2 million. But the deeper answer is this: you do not need to reach the final number before your life starts changing. At $10,000, your investments may pay for a small bill. At $50,000, they may cover utilities. At $100,000, they may help with groceries. At $250,000, they may cover transportation. At $500,000, they may cover housing or basic living costs. At $1 million, they may replace a modest salary. Freedom does not arrive in one dramatic moment. It arrives one bill at a time, one dividend at a time, one reinvested payment at a time. The first dividend will feel small. People may laugh at it. Let them. Because the people who laugh at $30 a month usually never stay patient long enough to receive $3,000 a month. The beginning always looks unimpressive. That is why most people quit there. But if you keep going, something changes. Your money stops being just a number. It becomes light switches, groceries, gas, rent, time, options, quiet mornings. And one day, your phone buzzes while you're making coffee. Another dividend payment arrives. You did nothing for it that day. And that is the point. You spent years teaching your money how to work. Now it is finally working without you.